Hey, Bryce here. So today let's talk about how to do an accounting business. Now, I was in the middle of sending out a proposal to a potential client, and I was kind of inspired by this question, how do you really run and start an accounting business? I'm going to assume if you're asking this question, you either haven't gotten started yet or you're trying to get started, but it's just maybe not moving at the speed with what you want. So I want to give you 3 areas to focus on when running your accounting business. Now, also, maybe if you want some help growing your business, we do have our mentorship program, which is open for enrollment right now. We basically help you walk through how to start and grow your accounting or bookkeeping business to go and reach your financial goals. Now, financial goals can help you go and get like your greater goals, right? So maybe you want more time with your family, maybe you want to work less hours, maybe you want to be able to travel more. Whatever your goal might be, our program in some cases can help you go and reach it if we're in alignment with it. So if you want to see if we can help you, go ahead and click the link inside the description and see if we can help. So when it comes to doing an accounting business, there's really 3 main areas when it comes to it. So number 1 is going to be like the actual client work, right? Number 2 is going to be sales. Number 3 is marketing. Let's start with client work, okay? Because if you can't do the client work, it doesn't matter how many people you have say yes to you. You need to be able to do the work. Now, there's 3 different areas or ways that you can kind of go about it. So number 1 is you have the underlying skill. So maybe you're working in accounting, or maybe you're even doing bookkeeping right now inside of your job, right? So you probably have the underlying skill. It's just gonna be about learning how to use some of the bookkeeping software that is out there, like QuickBooks, NetSuite, Sage, Xero, etc. Now, that doesn't really take that long if you already have the underlying skill of accounting and bookkeeping. So I'm going to assume you already have that, so you should be good. Now, if you don't have that, there's 2 things you can do. Number 1, you could partner with someone that has that skill set already, and you just focus on sales and marketing, and you give the work to that other person to do the work, and you guys like either split it 50-50, whatever kind of agreement really works for you. In some cases, you can do a 70-30. It generally depends on kind of what your relationship is with that person. The third thing you can do is you can actually go and take some lessons. So you can go and like do a course. Like in our course, we offer how to do accounting and bookkeeping. We even sit you down with a controller from my accounting firm, and she basically trains you from scratch, if need be, on how to do the accounting and bookkeeping, so you can feel really confident when you're working with clients. Now, one of our students named James Weeks, he actually sometimes comments on these YouTube videos because he really likes watching these YouTube videos. He's actually a really cool success story. So when he first got started, he's actually like a life coach by like trade. He does like a lot of like day trading, different things like that. And he wanted to start a bookkeeping business because he wanted to be able to help some of the people that came to him across his like different like travels and his different like book who were looking to learn about like finances and really like having to really handle their personal finances. So for him, he had to learn bookkeeping. So a lot of people, what happens is like they think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do bookkeeping, and they don't go after clients. We encourage them to start going after clients from the start because we're teaching them how to do the bookkeeping. But also, when you're inside of a program like ours, you can partner with other students who are already more skilled at bookkeeping. So you can actually learn, like you're getting trained on it, and you're watching it in real time from your partners doing the work. You just copy their keystrokes, and you learn while you're getting paid to learn. It's almost like you're getting paid to learn and paid to keep growing your business. And it's so much it's very, very encouraging. So I think in the first like 2 months, I think he had like 3 or 4 clients so far. So really, really excited for him to be able to like go from scratch to already 4 clients, and he's still moving forward. He's still growing to this day, actually. So really great with that. Now the next one is really like learning how to start focusing on the number of consultation calls you have. So once you've kind of figured out which of those 3 you want to do to actually do the accounting and bookkeeping work, next thing you need to be focused on like the number of consultation calls you have. So I was talking to a new student today, and I told her, hey, 50% of people you speak to on a consultation call are going to tell you no. And then of those 50% of people that come back, 25% of those people are going to come back within 3 weeks to 6 months and say they've changed their mind. Now, she was actually discouraged when I said 50% are going to say no. She's like, what? 50%? That's a high number. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's a high number, but you have to really focus on like, what is the goal? The goal is to go and get clients. The goal is not to eliminate as much rejection as possible, right? Because remember, out of that 50% of people that say that, they are not interested at this moment in time, or your price too high, or they give you a weird objection, and we have different videos on this channel that cover objections and how to handle objections, but out of those 50%, half of those people are going to come back and be like, hey, I changed my mind, or hey, I talked to someone and, the price you're offering is actually kind of reasonable, or, I had this other person work on my books and they kind of messed things up, so I'm ready to get started with you, right? So it's all about the number of consultation calls you get. Now, you do, of course, need to have a really polished script so that you have a really easy way for people to come back to you. If you don't have a way for people to kind of like come back and feel good about coming back to you, you're probably not going to have many people come back. So it is part of scripting and knowing like what to say in your consultation call. But we need to start getting more consultation calls going, right? Ideally, what you would do is have in between like 3 to maybe 5 consultation calls per week if you're trying to grow your business faster. If you're not really that much like in a rush and you're just trying to like grow it steadily, like probably 1 to 3 consultation calls per week is good. At the very least, probably 1 to 3 per month. Of course, the more consultations, the faster you're going to be able to grow your business. It's just how it is. One statistic that's very important when it comes to sales is the number of offers or invitations to work with you you're making. So when I say an offer, that's when you're on your consultation call, you tell someone the price and you see if they want to move forward. As that number goes up, your number of clients and your revenue will go up as well. So the first thing first is get as many of these consultations going and tell as many people your price as possible. Now, another thing that's important, right, is learning how to associate with business owners that are connected to higher paying clients. So I always recommend that you start charging and putting your price point between $500 to $5,000 per month per client. Now, whenever I say that, sometimes people kind of get a little bit nervous. Someone put on like one of my Facebook group ads like, oh, so you only like going after big, massive companies, or it said massive corporations. I was like, not really, man. Like, a lot of people have a misconception. When you're asking for $500 to $5,000 a month, that's not that much money in the grand scheme of like a lot of businesses. Think about it. If they have any employees on their team, they're paying them at least $3,000 a month. At least, plus benefits. Now, most of the time we're shooting for to pay these price points are generally between, the business has to be doing between $500,000 to about $5 million per year. Okay, that's kind of the sweet spot that I found that I really like working in, especially with my clients, right? Because that's still at the spot to where like the business owner is still considered like a regular person. They're very down to earth. In a lot of cases, like you will run into people who have like an ego trip every once in a while, but a lot of people kind of in that range are very down to earth. They're easy to relate to. They're not so rich that they kind of, look down on you. They're not so small that they can't afford to pay you, and it just works really, really good for a long-term relationship. So I really like focus on that. Now, I'm always thinking about who is someone that has access to these businesses. Okay, so think about it like this. To go directly after clients, that is great, right? We teach you how to do that with LinkedIn, but an even easier way to grow your business in a much more, sorry, I shook the camera, in a much more consistent and large way is to find partners, okay? Imagine if you could spend, we'll say 7 to 10 years doing sales and marketing every single day, and you've amassed this clientele. Okay, now imagine if you could still have access to those 7 to 10 years worth of clients without you having to put in the effort. Okay, so instead of you doing the 7 to 10 years of marketing and sales, you just find someone who's already 7 to 10 years ahead of you, aka like a financial advisor, a lawyer, someone who has some sort of professional services business, and you partner with them. So now you're siphoning clients, they're just sending clients to you, and you skip 7 to 10 years worth of lead gen, marketing, sales, frustration, rejection. Because when they send the leads to you, we're finding, especially when it comes from the right referral partners, we're finding that these leads are closing anywhere between like 80 to like 95%. It's actually funny because it's kind of to the point to where it's rare if a referral doesn't end up like working with you. It's ridiculous, right? Because like when I first got started, I didn't have any referral partners. I was trying to do stuff like I was doing like blogging, I was doing cold calling, and I was doing like network events. I was also doing stuff like these like random things like Upwork, and it was just like, it was tough, man. It was tough. I didn't even think that you could have someone else that wants to send leads to you. Because like I used to think that everyone was kind of like selfish and scarce, and that they would kind of like hide their client list, right? And what I found is that people that actually have something of value don't mind sharing. It's a very, very interesting phenomenon. It's like the people that have the most want to give the most, want to share the most. People that have the least want to hold it all to their chest. Right? Because like there was one time I tried to talk to this financial advisor. He's like, oh, sorry, I can't give you my list of clients. Or hey, I can't really tell you who my clients are. He only had like 5 clients in actuality. he had been in business, I think, for like 15 or like 20 years, was still working a job. It's like, you can't do that, bro. You got to get out of your job eventually. It's not because like it wasn't by choice. He just could never seem to get over that certain hump. It's because he had no partnerships, he had no lead gen, he had no marketing, no one like he just couldn't get that business over the hump. So some people want to like kind of show they're big and they're like grandiose, but it's like the people who actually have leads, they want to send it to you because every time that they send a lead and that person gets a really good service provider, it looks good on the person who referred it. So actually building their brand and building more trust with the client by sending them to someone who's reputable like yourself. And it causes you to grow, it causes them to grow, and their clients feel like they're taken care of even better. So it's a triple win. It's a win-win-win. Win for everyone that's involved. So by learning these 3 things, it's very simple to go and grow your accounting business. Now, when I say simple, okay, the steps are simple. Is it easy? No. Right? Because there's so many different things you have to learn. Like you have to learn your pricing, you have to learn how to do marketing, you have to learn how to build these partnerships, you have to learn how to nurture the partnerships so that the partners actually send you leads. You have to know what to say on the consultation call so that not only do people actually want to work with you, but the people who don't want to work with you today, they come back within a certain time frame. We also talk about how to like build your proposal out, right? Because different types of proposals, engagement letters, what's the invoicing system, how to actually get paid, how to keep getting paid, really how to onboard the clients. There's just so many different things you have to learn. But luckily for you, a lot of this stuff is templatized. So once you've built it out correctly the first time, you can keep repeating it over and over and over again. So that's why people join like a mentorship program like ours, because we just actually give you all the stuff that took us about 7 to 10 years to develop, and you can do it from day number 1, and that's how you start growing your business a lot faster. Like one of our students, her name is Dominique, she actually got $5,400 worth of monthly clients from one partner, because we gave her a template that you can use to go and send out to referral partners to get them on the phone. Literally within 3 days of her setting up the template, the person got on the phone, told about all the clients, they negotiate like what the fees would be for that service, and they actually got the chance to move forward. It's like, and then she signed the contract. So basically what it is, like, it's an insurance person, and he basically wants to start offering like bookkeeping services. So he basically got a number of them to like agree. She went in and priced out each one of the services and told him approximately what it would be. He went in and sold them. He put a little bit of like a margin on top of things, like a 10% or 20% markup, right? So that's his percentage of it. So she made sure she's priced at the right amount, and he's charged like 20% more just to make sure there's a little bit of margin for him. And then they're going. They signed $5,400 worth of these contracts, and the deal was signed. Like he said yes within 3 days. It did take like about 10 days for him to go and sell all the right people into it. So it wasn't like overnight that the $5,400, but it was like template sent out, response within 3 days, and then they negotiated for 10 days and like talked about the pricing. The guy went and talked to his clients, and this many signed up. So yeah, man, if I would have had something like that, I would not have had to spend as much time trying to like lost and like figuring this stuff out, right? Because I had to buy a bunch of mentorship programs when I first got started, like figure out this stuff. So yeah, I had to buy like negotiation courses, sales courses. I like back then in 2015 when I got started, there wasn't a lot of like courses, like all-in-one courses like there are now. Everything was kind of like individualized. Like it'd be like how to get a job as a bookkeeper, or how to open up your own like tax firm, or this is like negotiation, or this is like how you do hourly pricing, right? So I had to figure all this stuff out by paying a lot of money for courses. Nowadays, you guys have all-in-one courses where we basically show you everything from start to finish. So it's all packaged in one place, so you don't have to have any of the guesswork or any of that kind of like figuring it out, so to speak. So if you want some help, if you want this proven roadmap and this proven process to be able to go and grow your business like our other students, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our program, okay? I can't help every single person. Like, number one, like we have a capacity, like we only work with a small number of people, but also in some cases it might not be a good fit. So if you want to see if it's a good fit, if you want to see if we can take you to the next level, or if you want to see if we can even help you get started, go ahead and click the link inside the description, book the call, we'll see you there, okay? Talk to you soon. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your day.